Hello everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep and welcome to this today's session. I'm Saral here with you today and I'll be talking about the CAT 2022 score versus percentile. Now, why is that needed? Of course, that many of you would be preparing for CAT 2023 and of course you should know this right from the beginning that what is the score that you should be actually expecting to get into a B school, right? What is the score that you would be targeting? And accordingly, if we do our studies, of course, it will be better for all of us. अगर मुझे पता है that I have to go to Delhi and probably it will take me 2 hours. If I go by a car, if I go by my bike, it will take me 3 hours. If I go on a cycle, it will take me 12 hours. तो उसी तरीके से then I change my strategy, right? कि मुझे कहाँ जाना है, कैसे जाना है. That's exactly what we are going to discuss in our today's session as well. That what has been the scenario in the previous few years, and how many questions, what percentile you can expect in CAT exam in the sections as well. So I'll be talking about the section wise things as well, and I'll be talking about the overall exam as well. These are the things that I'm going to discuss in this section. So before I start, can you all please confirm it to me? Am I clearly audible to you? Am I visible to you? I mean, I hope there are no issues in the video. I hope there are no problems in the audio as well. Operationally, there should not be any problems. Hello, AP Creation. Good afternoon. Hi, Emadul Haq Chaudhary. I'm good. How are you? So just confirm it once to me that everything is fine, and then we shall start with our session where I'm going to talk about the CAT score versus percentile. At what score, what percentile you could have expected in CAT 2022. Though, of course, that might change a little bit in 2023, and therefore, I have actually put up the data of last few years as well. That not only 22, what happened in 21, what happened in 20, what happened in 19, even about those things I'll be talking about in this section. Pratham says I'm audible. Good afternoon, Pratham. So let us start. The first thing, if I talk about the CAT 2023 notification, let's talk about this for 2-3 minutes first. That it will be released by July 2023 last week, and the exam is going to be there on 26th of November 2023. You might say, sir, notification has not been out. How do you know the exam is on 26th of November? CAT has always been there on the last Sunday of November from last many years, right? Even years before that, it has been the case. In the middle, sometimes it changed. But so almost by 99.99% surety, you can say the exam is going to be there on 26th of November 2023 this year. That is on last Sunday of November. And based on the previous trends, I am Lucknow might be the convening body for CAT 2023. Actually, it happens that every year the CAT convening body is different. So this year, that is CAT 2022, was conducted by IIM Bangalore. Year previous to that, it was by IIM Ahmedabad. So that visit keeps changing. So year before that, it was IIM Indore. So this year, by the same logic, going by the trends, we can say this year IIM Lucknow is going to conduct the exam, and it will be conducted in the online mode just like previous years. जैसे पहले हुआ है वो भी ऑनलाइन मोड में ही होते रहे हैं, ऐसे ही अभी भी ऑनलाइन मोड में ही होने के पूरे पूरे चांसेस है. Right? So the important dates, CAT notification would be out somewhere around in the last week of July. Most probably it is on Sunday or Monday. So मान के चलिए 30th of July को शायद ये notification आ जाएगा. And the registration would start in the first week of August. It would go on till the middle of September. So by that time the registration would go on, and then they will provide you a correction window. In this correction window, some of the things in the form you can change if you want to, not all of them, right? For example, your mobile number, your name, father's name, email ID. There are few things which you can't change later on, but some of the things that you can change. For that, there will be a correction window, right? In November, on 26th, you have the CAT exam, which is mentioned over here. आई होप आई एम ऑडिबल टू ऑल. एक बार जरा दोबारा कंफर्म कर देंगे सब कुछ ठीक ठाक है. ऑल ऑफ यू कैन हियर मी एंड सी मी. राइट, आई विल मूव अहेड फ्रॉम हियर. यहां से आगे बढ़ जाता हूं मैं. सो दैट वाज अबाउट द एग्जाम डेट्स एंड ऑल, किस दिन क्या क्या होने वाला ये सब उसके बारे में है. नाउ व्हाट अबाउट द पेपर पैटर्न? So CAT 2022 paper pattern was that there were 24 questions in verbal ability section, 20 questions in DILR section, 22 questions in quantitative ability section, and the order of the section is fixed. First section would be VARC, second would be DILR, and third would be quantitative ability. This order was fixed. There were 21 MCQs in verbal and 3 theta. Theta means type in the answer. There are some questions which are multiple choice questions, and there are some questions in which you have to type in the answer. In the multiple choice questions, the right answer gives you +3, wrong answer gives you -1. In type in the answer type questions, right answer gives you +3, wrong answer gives you 0. There is no negative marking there, right? Similarly, when I talk about DILR, 14 questions MCQs, 6 questions theta, and in quantitative ability, 14 questions MCQs and 8 theta questions, and each section was of 40 minutes. Each section was of 40 minutes. That was CAT 2022. But when I talk about CAT 2023, you can say our take on this is that this can be the paper pattern. The number of questions in verbal ability can be somewhere between 24 and 26. In DILR, it can be between 20 and 24. In Quant, it can be between 22 and 26. And overall can be between 66 and 76. This is our assumption about the CAT 2023 exam. Once again, the section limit is going to be 40 minutes, most probably, if the exam would be of 2 hours. So basically, CAT used to be a 3-hour affair till 2019, but from 2020, when COVID came, it became a 2-hour affair. So from the last 3 years, it was a 2-hour paper. This year, what is going to happen, we don't know that what will be the scenario this year. Now we come to the important point, the score versus percentile. Okay, at what per score, what percentile you can expect. The first thing first is percentile. What do we mean by percentile? Percentile hota kya hai? Percentile means the percentage of students below you. The percentage of students below you. What percentage of the students scored less than you? That is what we call as percentile. So basically, higher is your percentile, more is the number of students below you. That means better it is for you. Higher is the percentile, that means you have a better rank. Lower is the percentile, that means you have a worse rank. जितना कम आपका स्कोर आएगा उतना ही आपका कम परसेंटाइल आएगा, जितना ज्यादा आपका स्कोर आएगा उतना ही ज्यादा आपका परसेंटाइल भी आएगा. सो द परसेंटाइल एंड योर स्कोर दे आर, यू कैन से, डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल. दो ऐसा रैंक में नहीं होता है. न्यूमेरिकली रैंक, आई मीन लोअर द रैंक better it is. Rank 1 is the best person, right? But in case of percentiles, higher it is, better it is. जितना ज्यादा होता है उतना बेहतर होता है. 100 percentile means the guy is the topper of the exam. So by that logic, you can understand that how good percentile is 99.9 or 99.5 or 99 or the other percentiles. Now, when I talk about CAT 2022, that is the recent one, the paper was of 198 marks. At a score of 110 out of 198, you had a 99.9 percentile. That means 99.9% of the students were below you, right, in CAT 2022 at a score of 110. But CAT 2021 also was of 198 marks. This paper was of 2 hours. This paper was also of 2 hours. But here, the same score for 99.9 percentile was 120, which tells you that probably CAT 2021 was easier than CAT 2022. पेपर इजी रहेगा, दैट मींस यू वुड बी एबल टू स्कोर वेल ओवर देयर, राइट? तो अगर आप ज्यादा स्कोर लाएंगे उसी पे, इसका मतलब ये है कि आपका परसेंटाइल, इक्विवेलेंट परसेंटाइल भी ज्यादा स्कोर पे ही आएगा. 99.95, sorry, 5 percentile was there at a score of 93, whereas in 2021 it was at a score of 107. A 99 percentile was there at a score of 82.5, whereas in 2021 it was at a score of 97, right? And that way you would see, I mean, the difference. If I tell you, have a look at these two numbers. The score which could have given you 90 percentile in CAT 2021, the same score was giving you 95 percentile in CAT 2022. And of course, you do not get to know about these things beforehand. Before the exam, you don't know that this year the paper is going to be difficult. So at lower scores, will be getting higher percentiles. ये आपको पहले से नहीं पता लगता. So you write the exam, only then you get to know that, okay, at this score, लास्ट ईयर आई गॉट दिस परसेंटाइल, दिस ईयर आई एम गेटिंग दिस परसेंटाइल। ये पहले से पता नहीं होती चीजें आपको, ये करने के बाद ही पता लगता है, राइट? So at 59 you had a 90 percentile in 2021, but almost at the same score, that is 59 or 60, you had a 95 percentile in CAT 2022. This has been the scenario, right? And an 80 percentile, this is important to know what is at 80 percentile, 80 percentile at, right? Why is it important? I'll tell you about that. 80 परसेंटाइल आ रहा था आपका 35.5 पे आउट ऑफ 198, आउट ऑफ 198, right? When I talk about CAT 2022, sorry 20, that was also a 2 hour exam, but the overall marks were 228, जिसकी वजह से ये थोड़े से ज्यादा होने लाजमी थे, so they were slightly on the higher side. But before that, the exam was of 3 hours. Each year, the exam was of 300 marks. And out of 300, at what score, what percentile was there, you can see on the screen. But here also, you will see a difference. See, since some of the years, there is a huge difference between the scores, right? There is a huge difference between the scores. Of course, that tells you about the difficulty level of the paper. CAT 2019, 18, CAT 2016, they were almost of the same difficulty level. You can see almost at the same score you have these percentiles, right? तकरीबन same score पे percentile आ रहे हैं. But CAT 2017 was on the easier side, इसीलिए at higher scores you were getting these percentiles. Same happened in CAT 2021. It was slightly on the easier side. So therefore, at higher scores, you were getting the same kind of percentiles in 2022. Now, to give you a better picture about this, somehow by scores, we are not able to relate them better sometimes. So what I have done, I have written all these values in terms of questions as well. Of course, only for last 3 years because they are 2 hours exam. There are good chances this year the exam would again be of 2 hours. So if I talk about the number of questions, at how many questions, what percentile you had, that's what I'm talking about now. And in all these years, the exam was of 2 hours, except that for 2019, when it was a 3 hour exam. So what has happened in these years? अब जरा इसकी तरफ एक बार आप ध्यान दीजिए, that what has happened in terms of questions in the last few years. Let's start talking about that now. अब उसके बारे में बात करते हैं. 66 questions were there. A person who would have done 50% of it, 50% of it is 33. A 50% score, generally in your exams, if you score 50%, 50% is considered to be a below average score, isn't it? In your 10th score, 12th score, graduation scores, वहां पे तो 50% below average type score होता है. Here a person scoring 50% had a percentile of 99.5. You were above 99.5% of the people just by doing 50% of the questions, right? What is one third of it? One third of it is 22. So 33.33% of the paper would have taken you somewhere between 99 and 95 percentile. Just percentage पे we get pass in 10th, 12th and graduation, at that percentage, here you get a percentile like 96 or 97. You get such a high percentile just by doing 33.33% of the paper. Approximately 25% of the paper can fetch you a 90 percentile. And just 12 questions. 12 questions आप सोच रहे हैं कितना हो जाएगा? Just 12 questions. 12 questions is approximately 18% of the total. 18% marks in the paper can take you above 80% of the people. और ये ऐसा नहीं है इसी साल में ऐसा हो रहा है. As I told you, 2021 was slightly on the easier side, but here also you would see 76 ka, I mean, what percentage is 16, which is again around 18-20%. 100 ka 25% is 25, right? But there the paper was also of 3 hours. थोड़ा ज्यादा questions भी कर पाते हैं आप आराम से ऐसे में. 25% of the questions would have taken you at this percentile. So this also is an important point over here, that मतलब इसको देख के probably I can say, or probably you would also agree with me on this, that 80% of the people, they just write the exam. It has got no meaning otherwise, isn't it? 80% बच्चे यार 20% ऑफ द पेपर भी नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. इसका सीधा मतलब क्या है? यू आर नॉट इवन एबल टू डू 12 क्वेश्चंस आउट ऑफ 66 इन 2 आवर्स. 2 घंटे में आप 12 क्वेश्चन नहीं कर पा रहे, राइट? तो अगर 12 क्वेश्चंस भी नहीं कर पा रहे हैं, दैट टू इज 80% ऑफ द पीपल. दैट मींस देयर आर वेरी गुड स्कोप्स फॉर एवरीवन. who start preparing for CAT even from today. आप अगर आज से भी शुरू करेंगे ना तो भी आपको लगेगा यार ये तो बहुत बढ़िया स्कोप है मेरे लिए, आई कैन इजिली स्कोर दीज मेनी क्वेश्चंस, दिस इज नेवर डिफिकल्ट फॉर मी, ये तो मुश्किल है ही नहीं, आई कैन इजिली डू 12 क्वेश्चंस आउट ऑफ 66 इवन इफ आई स्टार्ट प्रिपेयरिंग फ्रॉम टुडे। आई मेक अ टारगेट, 4 क्वेश्चन इंग्लिश में करे, 4 क्वांट में करे, 4 DI में करे, बात बन गई, I get a percentile of above 80, right? So this can easily be done in my opinion. This was about the overall thing. Now let's talk about section wise VARC. What has happened in VARC? CAT 2022 VARC section was of 72 marks. At 43 marks, you get a 99.5 percentile. At 38.5, you get a 99 percentile. That means approximately 50% can take you to around 97, 98 percentile, right? Approximately 33.33% of the section can take you to 90 percentile, and approximately 25% of the section can take you to 80 percentile. In 2022, actually, you would see these scores are lower than that of 2021, which again tells you that VARC section was tougher in 2021, sorry, 22 with respect to 2021. And here also you see, just by doing 25% of the paper, you are able to score 80 percentile in this section. बहुत आराम से 80 percentile आप ला सकते हैं in VARC by doing 6 questions only. 17 होता है कितना, 6 क्वेश्चन। क्या 40 मिनट्स में वर्बल एबिलिटी में 6 क्वेश्चन सही नहीं लेके आ सकते? I mean that's easily doable. In 2021 it was slightly on the higher side, but फिर भी 4-7 ही तो questions थे यार। This year was also 7 questions only. This year it was of 3 hour paper. That means the section was of 1 hour. 1 hour में आपके पास 10 questions करने थे, यहाँ पे 16 questions. It again tells you 2018 में verbal ability was very easy. Otherwise, in the other years, it has been slightly on the difficult side. That has been the scenario in VARC section. Once again, you see 50% gets you 97, 98 percentile. ध्यान दीजिएगा, ओवरऑल अगर मैं 50% देखता हूं, I was getting 99.5, rather उससे भी ज्यादा, this is less than 50%. लेकिन VARC में I am getting some 97, 98 percentile by doing 50% of the section. 50% करने पे इतना percentile आता है, right? I hope this is giving you a fair picture. Accordingly, you can always decide that what is your target. I mean, any person can target a 95 percentile from any stage. Even if you feel that I don't know anything in VRC, still a person can definitely target 95. You start preparing from today. कितना ही करना है यार? 10 questions. 29 means 10 questions. 33 or 33.5 that means 11 questions. क्या मैं 10-11 questions नहीं कर सकता 40 minutes के अंदर? So last year also it was of 72 marks. Last to last year it was of 78 marks. तो ये 33 तो 78 marks में से था, right? So in VARC section, you get slightly lower percentiles at higher scores because in VARC, mostly students score a little higher with respect to LRDI and quantitative ability. वहां आप देखेंगे कि वहां पे 25% पे आपका 80 percentile नहीं आ रहा होगा, शायद उससे भी कम पे आ रहा होगा. We will check that once. Okay, देखेंगे अभी आगे जाके. Now, when I talk about LRDI section, what has happened in LRDI? In CAT 2022, LRDI section had 10 questions, sorry, 20 questions. That means it was of 60 marks. Year before that also it was 60 marks. Year before that it was of 72 marks. What has happened here? Out of 60, just 50% can fetch you 99.5 percentile. Let me tell you, you were not getting a 99.5 percentile in VRC. Even, I mean, you are not getting even 97, 98 percentile in VRC by doing 50%. Right? 19 का मतलब है 33.33% of the section can fetch you 95 percentile. 25% of the section can fetch you 90 percentile. 1/6, just 16% of it can fetch you 80 percentile, 17%, right? सिर्फ 17% पेपर करने पे you are getting 80 percentile. The year before that, it was slightly different because in 2021, LRDI was slightly on the easier side. यहां आप देखेंगे यही फिगर 25% हो गया है, ये फिगर 33.33% हो गया है, ये फिगर यहां पे आपका अप्रोक्सीमेटली 42% हो गया है, राइट? दिस फिगर है स्लाइटली बिकम्स 55%, राइट? तो यहां पे फिगर थोड़ा सा हायर साइड पे आ गई थी बिकॉज एलआरडीआई वाज स्लाइटली ऑन द इजियर साइड in 2021 with respect to 22. I hope you are getting my point here. सो LRDI जनरली वी कॉल इट अ गेम चेंजर सेक्शन। यहां पे आप देखेंगे ज्यादातर लोग अच्छा स्कोर नहीं कर पाते हैं, एंड देयरफॉर एट ए लोअर स्कोर यू आर गेटिंग हायर परसेंटाइल्स। मोर ओवर थोड़ा सा चेंज एक ये भी हुआ है that in CAT 2021 we had two sets of 4 questions and two sets of 6 questions. So if a person is able to make one set of 6 questions, his job is done. Here we had 4 sets of 5 questions, तो एक आदमी 5 क्वेश्चन का सेट कर पाता है तब बात बनती है, यहाँ पे 6 करने पे बात बन जाती थी। So therefore also it might be slightly on the higher side in 2021, but yes, these small things do make a difference. Then when I talk about quantitative ability, so last year quantitative ability was of 60 marks, 66 marks, last year 66 और उसके पहले 78 marks का था. Once again out of 66, if you do 50%, you get 99 percentile. You get 33%, you get 95 percentile. You get 25%, you get 90 percentile. And if you do approximately 17%, you get 80 percentile. This has been the scenario till now for LRDI as well as Quant. मतलब मैं अगर LRDI और Quant दोनों के बारे में बात करूं, a 99 percentile is there at 50% score, 95 is at 33%, 90 percentile is at 25%, and 80 percentile is at 17%. This is true for Quant as well as LRDI. दोनों के लिए ये बात true है. For Quant as well as LRDI, this is correct that 99, 95, 90 and 80, they lie at 50, 33, 25 and 17%. I hope you are getting my point here. सब लोगों को मेरी बातें समझ में आ रही होंगी. I am assuming this. And once again, you will see quantitative ability had not changed in 2021 as well. So they are almost similar to this, right? तकरीबन ऐसा ऐसा है. Similarly, in 2020, it was slightly on the higher side, but the paper was also of 78 marks. तो इसलिए थोड़ा सा higher side पे था. The year before that, the section was of 102 marks. The year before that, it was again of 102 marks. So they were, I mean, यहाँ पे भी तकरीबन आपको equal से ही नजर आएंगे. But yes, इसके ऊपर का change था. That means there were more easier questions in 2019 after a certain stage. But in 2018, even the questions were very easy or they were very difficult. Only two scenarios were there actually in 2018. I'm sure yahan tak sab kuch theek hai. There is no doubt to anyone, no problems at all. Can we move ahead from here? Okay, so that is about score versus percentile thing. And now I probably have to decrease my size a little bit, or I probably would have to hide me for some time. This is the top IIM's minimum cutoff criteria. This is top IIM's minimum cutoff criteria. Just have a look at this. I don't want to go completely into detail of it. आप एक बार देखिए फिर मुझे बताइए. Then we shall talk about it. Just have a look at it. I hope you all have seen this. And these figures might be a little shocking for some of you that when I talk about a general category student, the cutoffs of IIM Ahmedabad are 70 for VARC, 70 for DILR, 70 for QA. Overall is 80. Do you guys remember कि वो 80 का cutoff आपके सिर्फ 12 questions पे था? It was just at 12 questions overall, right? These 70 percentiles would be even lesser than 15% in the section. 15% से भी कम लाओगे तो भी शायद आपके 70 percentile आ जाए. And in most of them, the cutoffs are not above 85. I do not think anywhere I can see 85, more than 85 in any of the sections. 90 यहां पर है लेकिन वो overall है, right? I do not see 90 anywhere here, anywhere here, anywhere here. Overall maximum percentile cutoff I am इंदौर और लखनऊ का 90 था. Udaipur and Ranchi had 92. Rohtak had 95 because Rohtak did not have any sectional cutoffs, and I am Nagpur had 97, right? So overall cutoffs For I am Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Calcutta, Indore, they all have 85 or below. Lucknow and Raipur have 90, right? Lucknow and Indore have 90. After that मैं यहाँ देख रहा हूँ 80 greater than equal to 92. ये सब कट ऑफ्स है फॉर ए जनरल कैटेगरी स्टूडेंट, और सेक्शनल तो आप देख ही रहे हैं. Now, many of you would be having this question, sir, does that mean we will get a call if we get this much of percentile? My answer is no. Please do not assume it that way. इसका मतलब इतना percentile आएगा तो आपको कॉल ही आ जाएगा, right? There are other things also that matters. 10th का स्कोर, 12th का स्कोर, ग्रेजुएशन का स्कोर, योर वर्क एक्सपीरियंस, एंड देयर आर लॉट मेनी थिंग्स. दिस इज जस्ट द मिनिमम कट ऑफ क्राइटेरिया कि अगर इससे नीचे है, then even if you are God, you will not get a call from these IIMs, right? ये वो कह रहा है कि इतना तो आपको लाना ही लाना है इन सेक्शंस में. एंड आफ्टर दैट ही इज सेइंग then there are other things that would matter, 10th 12th graduation score, work accessible, plus after the second stage when the final list would come up, उसमें आपके कैट के परसेंटाइल का एक वेटेज होता है. सो आई मीन नॉट दैट यू गेट ए कॉल एट 80 परसेंटाइल देन यू वुड बी एबल टू कन्वर्ट इट इजीली. तो कन्वर्ट करना बड़ा मुश्किल हो जाएगा इफ यू डोंट आई मीन गेट ए गुड स्कोर हियर. सो ये मत मान के चलेगा आई एम अहमदाबाद इतने कट ऑफ पे लेता है, बट यस योर सेक्शनल कट ऑफ्स वुड नॉट मैटर आफ्टर दैट. आपका 3 सेक्शन में 70 70 70 आ गया है, यू हैव क्लियर द कट ऑफ, राइट? अब अगर आपको ओवरऑल 99.3 था, 99.4 था, आफ्टर दैट ओनली दैट वुड मैटर, दैट सेक्शनल वुड नॉट मैटर. So please keep this in mind that sectional cutoffs actually are not that high that we have to think about it. नहीं सर मेरा तो वर्बल में बहुत कम आ रहा है, how would I be able to get a call from these colleges? मेरा तो इसमें बहुत कम है, उसमें बहुत कम है. That actually does not matter for them. तो उसके बारे में आपको सोचने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. And here I'm just talking about general category. If you talk about SC and ST category, तो figures of course और भी नीचे चली जाती हैं. So you can of course take a screenshot of this. Accordingly, you can watch it later as well. That at what percentile according to your category you can expect a call. I repeat, this is the minimum cutoff criteria, but it does not mean if you have these percentiles you will get a call. इसका मतलब ये नहीं है. There are lot many other things as well that matter. Your academic background matters, your work experience matters, your extracurricular activities में बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. और फाइनल स्टेज में there is a different weightage of their CAT scores as well. तो यहां पे इतने कम स्कोर पे अला के कन्वर्ट करना इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर यू. सो प्लीज कीप दैट इन माइंड एज वेल. I'm assuming this all is clear to each one of you. So now I'm going to discuss some actual CAT questions with you and then we'll close the session. Here is a first section of quantitative ability. जरा एक बार इसको साथ मिलके करते हैं just to have an idea कि किस तरह के questions CAT पूछता है. And is it that difficult to score only 4 or 5 questions in quantitative ability? क्या उतना मुश्किल है? देखते हैं. An alloy is prepared by mixing 3 metals A, B, C in proportion 3-4-7. So A, B, C, they are mixed in a proportion of 3:4:7. The weight of the same volumes of metals A, B, C are 5-6. So let's say 1 kg of A is there. उसका weight अगर 5 है, so 1 kg of B will have, sorry 1 kg नहीं, 1 cc, क्योंकि volumes के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. 1 cc of A has a weight of 5 kg, then 1 cc of B has a weight of 2 kg, 1 cc of C has a weight of 6 kg. He says 130 kg का alloy बन गया. So 3 cc 5 kg के हिसाब से टोटल वेट 15 kg, 4 cc 2 kg के हिसाब से टोटल वेट 8 kg, 7 cc 6 kg के हिसाब से 42 kg. So what is the total weight of all of them together? The total weight is 23 plus 45, 65. But question says the weight is 130, that is double. इसका मतलब ये 15 नहीं है, it is 30. ये 8 नहीं है, it is 16. और ये 42 नहीं है, it is 84. Question says what is the weight of metal C? Metal C का weight तो 84 आ गया मेरे पास. So my answer for this question is option B. So option B is the right answer for us. Such a simple question is asked to you in these exams. I hope all of you can see that. So we are given the ratio of the 3 volumes as 3:4:7. We are given the ratio of their weights as 5:6. Volume multiplied by weight would give me the total weight of that particular metal, right? If I mix all of them, I am getting 65. Question says 130, which is double of 65. इसका मतलब वो सारे double थे. They were not 5:6. They were 10. Sorry, they were not 15, 8 and 42. They were 30, 16 and 84. By that, I got the weight of C as 84, which is the right answer. I am assuming all of you got this first question. I'll move on to the second question now. Here is question number 2 for all of you. A gentleman decided to treat a few children in the following manner. He gives half of his total stock of toffees and one extra to the first child. Let us say his stock was X. So first child he gives half of the toffees and one extra plus one more toffee he gives to the first child. And then half of the remaining stock, तो जो बच गया उसका half of the toffees with one extra, एक और जो है उसने second को दे दी. And he continues giving away in this fashion his total stall exhaust after he takes care of 5 children. So with 5 children, he did the same. He gave them half of the toffees plus one more, half of the toffees plus one more, and half of the toffees plus one more. And finally, his stock exhausts. Exhaust का मतलब है finally he has zero number of toffees. So how many toffees were there initially? How many toffees he had initially? So I would just simply say one thing. Let's backtrack it. When zero toffees were left finally, zero were left finally, before that he gave one to someone. So that means before that he had one toffee with him. One was there when he gave half of the toffees to someone. So before that he had two toffees. If you have two toffees, you gave someone one. That means you are left with one. So if I'm left with the one and I know that someone has given half to someone, then one is left. तो इसका मतलब पहले two रही होंगी. These two were left when someone was given one more toffee. So उसके पहले कितनी रही होंगी? Three. And three was half of total. तो उससे पहले कितना रहा होगा? Six. Six were left after giving one to someone. तो उससे पहले कितनी रही होंगी? Seven. And seven was half of toffees. तो इसका मतलब उससे पहले total कितना रहा होगा? 14. 14 were left after giving one to someone. तो उससे पहले रही होंगी 15. 15 was half of someone, so it was 30. And ultimately 30 was left after giving one to someone. तो उससे पहले 31. 31 was half of someone, so it was 62. So that means his stock had initially 62 toffees. So therefore my answer is 62 here. So this question could have been done really fast without taking any variables. If you just start from the end से शुरू करोगे, very easily you can get the answer to these questions. And these are answer questions of CAT 2022, CAT 2021. ऐसा नहीं अभी बहुत पुराने question है. Recent year questions they have asked in CAT. Rather this kind of question they have asked before as well. कैट इससे पहले 3-4 बार इस तरह का क्वेश्चन पूछ चुका है एंड वी ऑलरेडी नो अबाउट द मेथड ऑफ दीज क्वेश्चंस. एक आसान सा तरीका होता है, यू जस्ट बैक ट्रैक देम एंड थ्रू दैट यू कैन एक्चुअली गेट देम रियल फास्ट द वे वी हैव डन इट, राइट. पीछे से स्टार्ट करो तो बहुत जल्दी इसका आंसर आता है. दैट वे यू आर एबल टू डू इट फास्ट एनफ. सो आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन वाज 62. आई विल मूव अहेड टू क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 नाउ. अब जरा इसको देखिए. A batsman played n plus 2 innings and got out on all occasions. His average score in these n plus 2 innings was 29 runs. So in n plus 2 innings, the average was 29. So can I say n plus 2 innings का जो total score था, it was n plus 2 into 29? And he scored 38 and 15 runs in the last two innings. So in the last two innings, he scored 38 and 15. So basically in n innings, first n innings, how much he would have scored? n plus 2 into 29 में से last two innings के score अगर मैं निकाल दूं, I'll get to know about the score he had in the first n innings. तो ये कितना आ गया हमारे पास? It is 29n plus 58 minus 38 minus 15. 29n plus 5 was his total score in the first n innings. The batsman scored less than 38 runs in each of the first 10 innings. In these 10 innings, his average score was 30 runs. वो कह रहा है average 30 है. We are saying total is 29n plus 5, but he says average is 30. If average is 30, total should be 30n. He says 29n plus 5. That means they are equal. So this straight away gives me n is equal to 5, or the total score was 150. The total score of first and 5 innings was 150. His lowest score was x. What is the smallest value of x? उसका सबसे छोटा स्कोर क्या हो सकता है? You have scored 150 in 5 innings. What is the minimum possible score that you can have in an inning? You can score 0. In others, you might score 50, 50, something like that. But he's also saying that the batsman scored less than 38 in each of the innings. So less than 38 में maximum कितना score कर सकता है? 37. Let us say he scored 37 in 1, 37 in 1, 37 in 1, 37 in 1. So in 4 innings, he would have scored 148. That means he must have scored minimum 2 in the 5th inning. So his minimum score in one of the innings in that n innings should be equal to 2. This gives me the answer as option C of this question. Right? Did you all understand this? I can repeat it once if you want me to. It just says In first n plus 2 innings, average is 29, so the total score is n plus 2 into 29. In the last two innings, he scored 20, 38, and 15, so I just subtracted them. I got the score of n innings. But his average of n innings is 30. If average of n innings is 30, total should be 30n. But question says it is 29n plus 5. By equating them, you can get n is equal to 5. If n is equal to 5, put it there, you will get 150 as his total score. अब अगर 5 innings का total score 150 है, and you cannot score more than 38 in any of the innings. Sorry, you have to score less than 38 in every inning. So you can score maximum 37 in one, 37 second, 37 third, 37 fourth. उससे जो आएगा 148. Now you are left with the fifth inning with the minimum possible score, which is 150 minus 148. That is 2. So this 2 is the minimum possible score in that one inning, which is there in which he has scored X runs. The final answer for this question was option C. Hello, Siddha Sharma. Good evening. I'm sure this question number 3 is also understood to all of you. I'll move ahead to question number 4 now. Right? Rather, shouldn't I give you these questions as a home assignment now? Try these two questions by yourself. We have done 3 questions. M and n be positive integers. X square plus mx plus 2n is 0. X square plus 2n plus m is equal to 0 have real roots. What is the smallest possible value of m plus n? I'll just give you an idea how do you deal with these questions. If the equations have real roots, that means their discriminant is greater than equal to 0. So put here b square minus 4ac should be greater than equal to 0. The same thing has to be done here. B square minus 4ac has to be greater than equal to 0. And these two equations will tell you what can be the minimum possible value of m plus n, keeping in mind m and n are positive integers. रख के देखिए कि m और n की कौन सी पॉजिटिव वैल्यूज ऐसी हैं जिसपे यू कैन गेट द मिनिमम पॉसिबल वैल्यू ऑफ m प्लस n. एंड प्लीज आंसर फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन in the comment box, rather in the comment box, or you can answer I mean, if you are watching the recorded video, you can answer this question I mean down there in the comment box. मैं शायद उसका भी नाम comment box ही होता होगा मेरे ख्याल से. So please answer these two questions. I'm giving you two questions as the home assignment for you. This is one question and this is the other one. A box has 450 balls. Each is either white or black, being as many metallic white balls as metallic black balls. 40% of the white balls, 50% of the black balls are metallic. Number of non-metallic balls. So please answer this as well in the comment box. I would be happy to answer it there in the comment box itself. I'll also give you a very good solution of both the questions. So please do that. That was the last thing from my side, guys. So now, if you are preparing for CAT 2023, we have a 2023 program for you, which is the most comprehensive program you can get probably in the industry, because we give you 135 plus live sessions, 75 plus mocks of CAT as well as non-CAT mocks, 300 plus engaging videos are there, access to learn journey for all the sections, 15 power packed sessions are there, 10,000 plus practice questions are there, hard copy books, 5+ years of previous year questions and PDF. So there are lot many things. Therefore, we call it a comprehensive program. And not only for the written exam, we do prepare you for the second stage as well, which is GDPI, VAT, etc. The new batches are always available. You can always join us for them. And for that, you can also get a scholarship by appearing for the scholarship test tomorrow at 7 p.m. on the BYJU'S exam prep app. So just go to BYJU'S exam prep app and there you can actually earn a lot of scholarships. And on 7th of March, this month only, 7th of March at 7 p.m., just one day before Holi, I would be there with you with a session on how to maximize your score in CAT 2023, and I would be talking about some tips and tricks once again on BYJU'S exam prep app. So join me there on that day, register for it now, right? We are also available on all these media handles. You can find us there. That's all from my side, guys. Thank you very much. I'm sure you like the session. I'm sure it is going to be beneficial for you. Have a good day now. Bye bye and tada. Take care, all of you.